Well, aloha everyone. Welcome to today's pre-health summer series session, Passport to Prerequisites, Studying Chemistry Abroad in Dublin and Other Study Abroad Opportunities. My name is Dasha, and I'm pre-health and pre-law advisor here at UH Manoa, and we're so glad you can join us as we explore ways to expand your educational journey through study abroad and how that can align with your path to healthcare careers. So today's session, we're going to spotlight two great opportunities: the summer chemistry program in Dublin and additional international exchange options available through the Mix office. These experiences can strengthen not only your academic record, but also your personal and professional growth. So today I'm joined also by Lauren. She's our senior peer advisor. She's playing the background and helping support today's session. Lauren, if you want to say hi.
Hello, everyone. Let us know if there's any technical difficulties that arise.
Thank you. And then also, just before we begin too, just a few quick housekeeping reminders. Please keep your microphones muted unless you're speaking during the Q&A. We also request that you keep your cameras off. And then if you have any questions during the presentation, feel free to drop them in the chat where Lauren and I will manage them. And also you can save the Q&A at the end. So let's get started. I am super excited to introduce our first speaker. Max Lee from the Study Abroad Center. He will share some details on why Dublin has become one of the top choices for many of our pre-health students. So Max, take it away.
Thank you, Dasha, and welcome to everyone. Thank you for attending today's session. Yes, as Dasha mentioned, our summer program for students to study organic chemistry has become very popular since we first offered it in 2021, I believe. Back then, we were still in the throes of that confusing thing called COVID, so it created a lot of confusion and a lot of turmoil. But the students who did brave it back then told us that it was a huge program and really transformative for them. So since then, we've been able to offer the program every year and increase the number of students who've attended the program. Let me share our website to talk a little bit more about the program. Program is located in Dublin, Ireland during the summertime. And actually, the students who are doing the program this summer just arrived. You see here, they arrived this past weekend, and they're going to be there for the next 8 weeks, earning credits in chemistry 272 plus lab and 273 plus lab. So 10 credits altogether. Compressed into 8 weeks, it's a little intensive, but there is still time for students to have a life outside of class. But the program is intensive. And anyone who has heard about organic chemistry knows that that subject is always going to be a bear anyway. But at least during the summertime, you have the feature of stepping outside of the classroom and exploring your new environment, which is Dublin, Ireland, which is an exciting city, exciting country anyway. So the basic requirement for the program, prerequisite of chemistry to 162, and that's already in the UHM catalog. So it's nothing different. And one benefit of doing the program during the summertime for students who need to continue with biology 275, having Chem 272 as a prerequisite, they can take this in the coming fall. So many of the students who are doing this program this summer already have registered for biology 275, and they can actually progress a little bit faster. Program is here. We have timetable from last summer, so you can see exactly what the students are doing every minute of the day, almost every day. So it is an intensive program, but it is still manageable. We have never had to date a student who failed the program. In fact, it's actually kind of hard to fail anything. You really have to try to not attend anything, not do any of the assignments, and just close off yourself to anything that's going on. Yeah, which is kind of counterintuitive to spend all this time and money and not do well. I'm also excited to announce that we have another program, track during the program that's biochemistry. So Students who are there now doing organic chemistry can go back if they need to, because they also need to complete biochemistry later. And the dates are similar here. The credits are listed right here. Biology 402 and a lab. So all biology majors, I think biochemistry majors need this as well, but anyone who needs this course can apply for the program. So those are the two tracks within Dublin that I wanted to focus on, but there are other tracks as well, and you can see here. Also, which is possible, a year of physics. All biology majors need to do a year of physics, and this is the algebra-based physics. So chemistry majors are not able to do this because they need to do the calculus-based physics, but for biology majors, this is fine. So a whole year of physics 152, 151 and 152 plus both labs. Besides that, for students who don't necessarily want to do something that's science heavy, there are other programs besides just the Dublin, Ireland. Students want to complete or take credits towards their HSL, Hawaiian Second Language, that's possible as well. To do some general education courses, that's also another possibility. So there are lots of options for students besides just STEM. And then we have summer programs. We also have semester programs. And there are a few options for students to get STEM courses. For example, London, England, and also both cities in Australia, Adelaide and Sydney, Australia. So students can take science courses and also general education courses with any of those possibilities. One thing to remember about programs offered through Study Abroad Center is for resident credits. So think of it as taking classes online. You're just not physically on the Manoa campus, which means the credits that students earn will count towards their GPA and their overall credit count. There is no transfer involved. It's as if you're taking classes, but just not physically on campus. So that makes students eligible for financial aid. And also, when they do really well, and they always do really well, they can bump up their GPA, which we think is a pretty good selling point. I'm putting in the chat box right now our website. Pretty easy, studyabroadhawaii.edu. And we're having a study abroad fair at the beginning of the semester. Second week of the semester, Friday, we'll have an in-person fair at Campus Center. This will be downstairs where the tent is. We'll have a table for each one of our programs and have past students, some faculty who have been involved with study abroad to talk about the different possibilities and to get students excited as much as possible so they can think about applying for themselves, either coming up or maybe down the road. At least we would like to plant the idea in their heads that this is something they should consider.
Thank you. Quick question, Max. So you mentioned the
Yes.
science classes. Are they able to take other, like, I know we talked about the health more, the science classes, but could they take any of those classes, like the chemistry or the physics in any of the other countries as well, or is that just exclusive to Dublin?
If it's a semester program, yes. So, for example, let's look at Sydney. There are some biology, some physics courses. Chemistry, not as many, but let's just take a quick look at the
Thank
course
you.
reference. One thing about the semester courses, because it's longer, there are more possibilities. Some are shorter, so there is fairly limited, but let me see. Here we go. This is a list of possible courses, what students have taken so far. Oh, excuse me. On the left, what it's called at the University of Sydney. On the right, what credits students will earn on their UHM transcript. So you can see here some biology courses there. lots of gen ed courses. There's even language. There is some physics, yeah, some zoology, and
Nice.
there are lots of other courses besides just STEM that
I see
students
the
can do.
KRS. I saw KRS too in there. We have a lot of healthcare.
Yes, yes,
That's nice to know.
yeah, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then the other question is that if they were to look at Dublin, and you know how you just mentioned like you can do a semester with physics, is there a possibility for them to add? So like instead of taking just physics, could they do physics and then stack that with another science requirement if they wanted to for the semester? So like let's say if they go there and they do physics, and then they want to take a another biology class or a biochem class, something like that, could they do that in that semester, the 16 week, not the 8 week?
You mean the summer program in Dublin?
Yeah, so Dublin is only summer, or they can do the whole year as well, because I think
That's only for the summer,
it is
yes.
only for the summer.
And
Okay.
the dates would no, the dates conflict, so you wouldn't be able to do more than one track in a
Oh,
time.
okay. That's why you said they want to go
Right.
back. They can go back.
Right. And
Understand.
because
Okay.
summer's so shorter, then yeah, it's not able to, you're not able to do more than one.
And you guys don't have term A, term B summer, right? Where they could do like, um, you know how we do
Not
it?
for
Yeah.
the Dublin program.
Okay.
Florence in the summertime has term one, term two, but not the Dublin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm sure they will have a lot more questions afterwards. So I will keep it moving, but then we'll come back and circle back with everyone with their Q&A. But thank you so much. Those were just some of the things that I figured we could probably get some
Yeah.
clarification on. So thank you so much.
You
So
think very good.
yeah, I appreciate that. And so now I definitely want to introduce and welcome Amanda Lindsay. She is our exchange advisor from the Manoa International Exchange Program, also known as MIX. And so she's going to talk about other exciting global study opportunities as well and what students should know when they're planning to study abroad. So I will let Amanda take it away. Oh, Amanda too, you're on. I'm sorry, Amanda, you're on mute. Amanda, you're on mute.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I was trying to be so respectful, everyone, so I turned myself off. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's start again. Hi, I'm Amanda, the outbound exchange advisor from Manoa International Exchange, also known as MIX, and I'm happy to share opportunities today. So, what is exactly is MIX? So, MIX is a little bit different than study abroad. You still remain full-time enrolled at UH Manoa, and you are paying your home tuition. So you're not actually paying partner tuition for the schools abroad. Like, for example, if you're in Japan, you're not paying the Japanese school's tuition, you're paying UH Manoa tuition at your current UH Manoa tuition rate, such as, WUI, resident, non-resident. We have over 90 partners in 25 countries. We have opportunities for fall or spring semester, the academic year, and also summer as well. And this is a really good opportunity for students who would like a bit more of an independent abroad experience, meaning that when you go abroad, you can choose all of the classes that you'd like. We don't have any required classes that you need to do. Um, you can build your own schedule, and you're enrolled at that school, and you're taking classes alongside other UH Manoa students and also the local students as well. And I know some people are a little bit nervous. Are the classes taught in English? Yes, we have a lot of classes, many classes, the majority of them actually taught in English. Our schools are wonderful that we partner with. They're global campuses, have a lot of different subjects you can take. You can fulfill your language electives, um, major minor requirements, and then we have a lot of our popular majors, actually business, biology, sciences, and much more. And so for housing, one of the great things, it's you can pick your own housing options. We don't have any required housing. A lot of our schools offer on-campus housing. You can live in the dorms. You can live alongside other UH students, other local students living there. It's a really great opportunity to get immersed in the culture. You can also live off-campus housing as well. That's also another fun opportunity to really get to know the city, take local public transportation like the bus or the subway, or it's a personal choice. A lot of our students may have family or friends in their countries that they'll be studying abroad in, and they can stay with them for free. And that's more money for your spending, right? Outside of class. So what is the cost for mix? So actually, in a lot of cases, mix can be cheaper than actually staying at home at UH Manoa. So right now, I have a comparison from fall 2024 with National Taiwan University, NTU, versus UH Manoa. You can see on the right-hand side. And if you look at the calculation for resident, non-resident, and WUI compared to the cost for UH Manoa, resident, non-resident, and WUI as well, it's actually cheaper at National Taiwan University, which is absolutely crazy, right? Hawaii is definitely pretty expensive to live in. So it's really great that you're able to still pay their UH Manoa tuition rate, as you can see here, for resident the 6,000 here, 6,000 here, but then the cost of living, the personal expenses, everything else, transportation, definitely goes down a lot in a lot of our countries. And we also have financial aid and scholarships available. Because you'll still be enrolled at UH Manoa full time, you are eligible for FAFSA, other scholarships through the financial aid office, and of course, we have a variety of outside scholarships as well. And all we have for our application fees, we just have a $30 application fee and a $50 program fee, for just $80 total. Okay, so how does it work to apply to mix? First off, you just need to have a 2.5 minimum GPA, 3.0 preferred for our more competitive schools. We work about a year in advance, so meaning that if you are interested in going for spring 2026, we just close our applications we started closing them this past semester, spring 2025. You can apply online at UH here at hawaii.edu/mix. All you need to do is fill out a Google form. Super easy. Answer a couple questions, info about yourself. One letter rec via Koali form. And this rec letter can be from anyone that has taught you at UH Manoa at any subject, any given point in time. GAs and TAs also accepted as well. And then go ahead and submit it by our deadlines. For our fall academic year and summer sessions, we are taking applications from August 1st to December 1st. And then for spring, we take them from January 1st to May 1st. So I wanted to highlight some of the three countries that a lot of our pre-health students are interested in going to. So South Korea, Australia, and Japan. And for Korea, the I don't know if you heard of the acronym SKY, SKY, but the SKY schools stands for Seoul National University, Korea University, Yonsei University. These are all huge, great global campuses that offer a lot of the pre-health, pre-science prereqs, biology, chemistry, physics. They also offer a lot of the humanities and second language requirements as well. I myself was once a pre-health student, so I know that for applications, for example, medical school, PA school, they do still need some liberal arts courses, so they have a great variety of those as well. And Korea is definitely a very beautiful place. Next, we have Japan. I would say majority of our students do enjoy going to Japan. It's one of our top destinations. Tohoku, Waseda, Keio, and Kyoto University. Kyoto University is probably our most STEM-focused school. But also Tohoku, Waseda, and Keio are great options as well. Like I mentioned before, really great big global campuses, a lot of options. Waseda and Keio, they're located in Tokyo. Tohoku is a little bit further up north. And Kyoto is, naturally in Kyoto, further down in the Kansai area. The southern part of Japan, a little bit more of a relaxed pace if people enjoy that compared to the hustle and bustle of Tokyo. Yeah, so these are all great options if you're interested in the sciences, want to get some of those science prereqs out of the way, or simply, if you're interested in Japanese language and culture, great options too. And last but not least, we have Australia. It's a great option too in the Pacific area. Monash University, Australia National University, and UTS. This is all good for people who are interested in more of the STEM and technology side of things. People interested in like biology and engineering or chemical engineering. These are all really great options as well. And then I have a quick video to show a student who went to Korea and had a wonderful time. Give me a second, day in the life. Let's see, hold on 1 second. There we go.
Hey everyone, come with me on a day in my life as a mixed Korea University exchange student. For breakfast, I went to the convenience store near my dorm to get an egg bulgogi burger and a beat of 500. I walked the streets of Annam to get to campus and went to study at the Centennial Memorial Samsung Hall. Here's me scanning my ID and reserving a seat. At 2 o'clock, I had my first class of the day, English and Media. For lunchtime, I went to my favorite place on campus, Donggyong Gyudong, for a bulgogi stone bibimbap. My second and final class of the day was Beginner's Korean 2. After class was finished, I had to meet a friend at Banpo Bridge, so I took the subway. One of my favorite K-pop groups, 17, was having an event this entire week, so we got to check it out. On the other side of the bridge, we got to watch the water and light show that they have every night. For dinner, we went to Myeongdong Gyoja for mandu and kalguksu. To end the night, we went to Cafe Bredeling for some drinks. And that was my day. I hope you enjoyed watching.
Yeah, so super fun. I think the best part about our exchange programs, it's that you can really be immersed in the culture and get to know a lot of the local students as well. So that's a really good opportunity. Go ahead and try to find my keynote thing I was sharing. Okay. All right, so we have questions. Any questions here? We can go to outbound@hawaii.edu. We're located in KLC 206, Student Services Building. And then I'll go ahead and put a link in the chat to our website where you can reach us. If you have any questions too, we do encourage Zoom advising sessions. I will be the point of contact, and I would love to meet all of you. So thank you very much.
Thank you both, Amanda, and thank you, Max, for both of your presentations and sharing. And so now is the time where I'm going to open it up to Q&A. So feel free. You guys can unmute yourself. You can drop your questions in the chat, whichever works best for you. All right, looks like we have a question from Anne, and she says, can students make videos like that if the study abroad is an assignment too? I know I love the videos, Anne. I think that was great.
Yeah, actually, for Mix, we have a video contest and a social media contest. So all of our students who are abroad that semester, if they make a video about their experiences or share something about, the time abroad, then they get entered and they get to win a really cool prize at the end. So I believe that was our winner from one of our previous semesters.
I love it. I mean, do you have more on your website too? I'm just curious of
We
different.
have it on our Instagram page, so it's UH Mix. So putting it in the chat right now.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely follow the social media. I think it's pretty cool to see all the different countries and the different schools that everyone's going to. So was that for when you're getting feedback, especially for like pre-health majors, what do you find are like the most popular, I guess the most popular school? Is it the one in Korea that you usually see? Or I know I have a few peer advisors that are in Japan right now. And so that seems to be quite popular as well, but I just didn't know if you had any experience in seeing like what was the most popular for some of the pre-health advisors to.
Yeah, for definitely I mentioned the Sky Schools, Seoul National University, Korea University, Yonsei University, so SKY. Those are one of the bigger schools in Korea. They're one of the top choices even for local students. It very much when you say Sky School, it's equivalent to, we hear Harvard, Stanford, those kind of things. And they just have so many, different classes available, like biology, chemistry, physics. I think there's a lot of like science and engineering classes as well. And I know that some of them do offer like research opportunities if students want to do more like science research as well.
Thank you. So this will kind of go out for both of you guys, because I didn't see another question, but the mom in me just wants to ask, what safety protocols are in place for students abroad? So what are the things um, that students need to think about, or protocols that they need to expect? And that's for both you
Okay.
and Max.
Okay. Yeah, great question. I know we get that a lot. I've even had parents come on Zoom sessions with me. If any of your parents want to come on too, I'm completely fine. Me as well. So we do have a really great pre-departure orientation, and we also have a pre-departure like a module that you have to complete, and there's a whole section about safety. And safety in many different ways, physical safety, emotional, and health and well-being, any, financial safety as well. And we actually have a student who is currently in that respective country. So we divide our pre-departure orientations up by country. So I have a Korea one, Japan one, Australia one. And the student who's currently there will share their experiences, like what they did, what kind of things they have in their house, for example, that helps with safety. We also, have a really great team at all of our schools for our international offices. They will, when students get accepted to their school, they send out all the information regarding, who to contact in that country regarding any sort of things that may happen, emergency contacts and whatnot. And of course, even though we're still in Hawaii, the mix office, we are always available by email and we check them quite frequently. So if there's anything, we will work together with the host university to make sure the students are as safe as possible. So far, we've been doing this for a while. We have not had any serious or any crazy incidents happen. So that's really good.
Awesome. How about you, Max?
Yes, we also do pre-departure sessions where we basically break everything down and students understand what to do, what not to do, what the responsibilities are, and also our host partner schools. Each one of the locations that we offer, we have a support staff on site to help with minor things, maybe more serious things, if students lose their passport or if they need to see a doctor, anything. I mean, it can extend to something like during the COVID period, whether students need to come home early and how are they going to change their tickets and get everything all squared away and come back and do their courses online. I mean, we were able to do all of that with the good help of our.
Okay. Um, what other, oh, good. Okay, see, let's see. Oh, that's a good question, Anne. Did you guys see that? She just wants to know about the tips. Is it okay to tip at a restaurant and the cultural? So is there like preparation, I guess, so to speak, about when students going to visit certain countries? Is there going to be any preparation for them to know what to expect? Something is as important as going out to a restaurant and tipping.
Yes. So in our pre-departure orientation, both online and the course online and in person, like I said, we have the student who's there already. We invite them, they do a Q&A, and we cover a huge section about cultural tips. And they'll share anything just from, the drinking culture, especially that also links into safety. Um, they're, tipping at restaurants, hanging out with friends, even greetings, properly greeting friends versus instructors, those sort of situations as well. So I think it's really great for students to be able to hear from someone who is actually there and has experienced, learning all of these different things as well.
Thank you. Another quick question I have too. I know that you mentioned, thank you to Amanda, you talked about the cost breakdown. And so Max, I did have a question about that as far as Dublin. Is that going to be the same as UH tuition or is it different? How does that work?
It's not the same as paying tuition for attending classes at Manoa, but part of the fees that we charge the students includes the credits. but we don't call it tuition because it's a flat fee for everyone. If we had to call it tuition, then we would have to see who's in state, who's out of state, who's
Gotcha.
resident, non-resident, and then charge different amounts to everyone. So we call it a fee, everyone pays the same amount. And that would extend even to non-Manoa students. So community college, UH Hilo, Maui College, even outside the state, everyone pays the same amount.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you. Any other questions? And you're on a roll. Do you have any more questions that you think of? Anyone else? Okay, then I have one more. I don't like to hog it all up. Wait. Okay, wait. I think there's another one in here. So the question is, are there certain programs that favor students of a certain ethnicity, like Korea Study Abroad, favor students from Korea, or other diversity for diversity?
I don't, I would say for at least for mix, we welcome students of all different backgrounds. There may be some misconceptions out there, I think, from, just people talking and whatnot. But for example, that in Korea, you know, we send out students of all different ethnicities and even what is it? The LGBTQIA backgrounds, and we have had no issues. What really takes into factor in consideration is just your GPA, your short essay answer questions you have for mix, and sometimes, our partner schools, like for Korea, maybe they have their own essay questions to answer, but other than that, that's what they base their criteria on.
Thank you. And then there's a quick question, I think about housing. So would you pay for housing at UH or, for the whole year, or is there an option for a single semester while you're on campus? So like, I guess if you're going abroad, would you do half of it for the semester, and then like if you're going abroad, you pay the other half for the housing of the country that you're going to? Is that what you're asking? Just want to make sure I'm asking that right. Okay. Yes.
Did you want to go, Max? I feel like I've been
I can
taking
take
over.
it. All right. So for example, if a student already had committed for a full academic year in student housing, but decided later, oh, I want to go abroad during the spring, we give housing a list of all students who've been accepted so that they know these students need to break their contract for whatever reason, and then they're not charged a huge penalty, as with students who just kind of disappear.
Thank you. And then, did you want to go, Amanda? Is there different or is it the same?
Same, submit the list to housing, and
Okay.
then they will work with the student.
Other quick question before I go into the next one with housing. Is there an opportunity? I know we mentioned staying in dorms is an option, and then we also mentioned finding housing. Are there host families that also offer opportunities as well if someone wanted to have more of a cultural experience and staying with a host family? Or I don't know. I just want to know if there was any of that as an opportunity.
Yeah, so for mix, it's up to the student, like I mentioned before, whether they want to stay with the host family or not. When the student gets accepted to the foreign school, the school will provide them a list of housing options. Sometimes they'll give a list of recommended homestays if they desire to, but if not, we encourage the student to reach out to that school's housing department if they're interested in that.
Okay, thanks. And so the next question is, are there credits you get from those colleges in other countries transferable? Like if I wanted to transfer from UH to University of Washington, I think that's what it is. And I did a year abroad to receive some of my general education credits. Will the credits I receive abroad transfer well to my new school?
Do you want to, maybe it's
Well,
different for study abroad? Yeah, Max.
oh, sorry. In our case, since students are receiving UHM credits, they would just do a transfer from UHM to UW in this case directly. There's no need
Yes.
to necessarily involve a transcript from abroad. The only thing that students will see on their star later, after they complete their term, is they did a program in this location during this semester. Otherwise, everything else is the same.
Yes, same for mix.
So basically in the transcripts, they'll all show UH Manila credits.
Mhm.
So
Yes,
I
so
hope
have UH Manila credits on there.
yeah. So and also always say to check always with your institution that you're transferring credits to. But you would be looking at UH Manila versus any of the other countries' transcripts.
Right. Just like how we have the transfer database, if students can locate something like that on the other side, and then they can figure out what credits will be accepted.
Yeah, no problems. You're welcome. These are great questions. Okay. And I want to hear a fun fact or a favorite food about the culture from a country. Dasha Mana. Okay, so I went to Mexico. So so I don't know. My fun fact would be that the first time I had pizza and they put corn inside of it, I was just outdone by it. I couldn't get my mind wrapped around a hard
Yes.
pizza. So that that for me was like, wow. That and warm Coca-Colas and beans for like at 10 o'clock for what was considered a snack. I was thrown off by that too as well. Anybody else have a story?
Um, I personally myself studied abroad in Taiwan. In the middle of the country, Taichung, when I was an undergrad. I would say the biggest thing I really enjoyed was the night markets. I feel like in Hawaii, a lot of it's but more, a lot of things close after like 8 and it's pretty quiet outside. But in Taiwan, it's like nightlife, these little night markets, it's just everywhere. Food is so cheap. Eating snacks for like under $1. I feel like I would not eat dinner. I would just go to night market after like 8 or so, just fill up on snacks. Oh, if anyone likes boba, just boba everywhere. So I guess that would be my favorite
Love
food or drink there. So it was just so much fun in that hustle and bustle, versus here in Hawaii. I think everyone's just back in their homes by 7 or 8.
I know the night snacks are the thing to get used to, right?
Yeah, yeah, the night snacks.
What about you, Max?
So my first time in France, some of us went out to eat at a bistro. And I was kind of horrified at the time to find out that, well, steak and fries is a very common meal that you find in a lot of restaurants that's not very expensive. But I found out the hard way that if you don't say otherwise, they give it to you kind of rare. To the point where as when I was finished or almost finished with eating my meal and I made all these attempts to stab at my meat, my fries had turned purple.
Wow. At least you didn't do the pate thing. My grandpa went to France and ordered the pate and thought that he was getting rabbit pate, and I don't know what he thought. He thought he was just getting rabbit, and then it came out, of course, gelled with a little pieces of rabbit in it, and he had to pretend like save face and like, okay, I think I knew that, and tried to. We were like, no, you didn't. You didn't think it was coming out gelled. Yeah, be specific. What did you say? Oh, they don't put sugar in McDonald's vanilla ice cream. Oh,
Hmm.
wow. That's interesting. Probably better for you though. Not
Very
as
true.
good. It just tastes cold.
I think that all these little funny experiences in the moment, it's like, oh my gosh, but when you look back on it, those are often the highlights or the most memorable moments of your time abroad, wherever you go and however you get there.
Absolutely. You don't forget those things, right?
Mhm.
Anyone else with any additional questions while we have? I think this is great. And again, make sure that you go to the website, do check their social media out. I think you can get a lot of real-time feedback, especially with the students, right? Are they pretty active on Instagram? We that's a good way to stay connected. And also, one more time, Max, are you doing the fair that's coming up? Who is doing the fair? I just want to.
Yes, it's September 5th, Friday. It's the second week of the semester. We'll have announcements when it's closer to the start of the semester.
Do you have what, do they sign up for newsletter? Do they need to check the social media as well, like to stay up to date?
They can go to our website and we also have our social media
Okay,
links right there.
awesome. Well, I won't keep everyone, if all questions are being answered, just, I want to thank you again, Max and Amanda, for sharing these valuable insights. And thank you guys all for attending. I just want to make sure too, as a reminder, we're going to send the slides and some links for today's session, so you can look forward to having the video again if you want to review it. And then one thing that I just want to just mention, like if you're considering studying abroad, just start early. I think that's the one thing that I kept kind of hearing, like it's a process. And so you want to make sure that you connect with your advisors and the study abroad or mixed office as well. And then just don't forget to sign up to meet with PAC advisors. We do offer personalized support on your pre-health journey, and we do obviously do a lot of collaboration with other departments. And then if you have any other workshops that you're interested in, we are doing Talk Story Tuesdays. So we do have some more for the rest of this month and July. So feel free to sign up for that as well. And then just like everyone was just saying, if you want to stay connected with us, you can definitely sign on to our Instagram and Facebook. I think Lauren's going to have that up. And then for just all the latest updates and events. And then, I just hope that this workshop gave you some inspiration, some clarity, just for expanding your journey. And then maybe even, who knows, we'll see it going across the world. So thanks again, everybody, for your time, and do have a great rest of your day. And feel free if you have any additional questions for us. We're here. And then also, if you want to make an appointment, feel free to do that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All righty. And then